Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Frank. Welcome to Everything Black. Tonight we're gonna talk about still waiting for justice. We've been in this country a long time, and we're all still waiting for justice. There's one family waiting for justice I want to talk about tonight. SONYA MASSEY family. Let's get right into it. I have any time to wait tonight.
On the case, a part of the family, you're the father of SONYA MASSEY. How start with you, Mr. Wilbur?
I think that we were looking for full justice, and we only got partial justice. But that's because Illinois law. I think that the Sangamon County attorney, John Milheiser, and carrying the weight of this, did all they could. And I'm thankful for what they did.
Teresa, you mentioned outside that this wasn't necessarily justice.
It was just us. I was devastated. I was very disappointed. As a Black woman with a Black child and a Black granddaughter, Sonya's like a daughter to me. And I saw Sonya and I thought in Breonna Taylor, and the list goes on and on. No justice, no peace. I have no peace. It was.
Well, y'all know what the verdict was. If you don't know, the verdict was they gave him second-degree murder, and he can do up to 20, and they want him to do for the full 20. So they're upset. I'm upset. The whole Black family is upset. The whole Black family should be upset. We don't never get justice. White supremacy don't want to take an L. So they believe in domination. They believe in making laws, and whatever they say it is, that's what it is. I'm white and I say so. They don't care. This cop walks right in. Woman calling for a welfare check. She heard noises. They called him. She called him. And he told her what he was going to do. And that's what happened. And it was pure murder. It was pure first-degree murder. He intended to kill her. This was the perfect example of a race soldier. Guy pretending to be a police officer. He was a police officer, but they are race soldiers because they intend on killing you. No matter how small the offense is, a race soldier intends on killing you. And his backup plan is to say he was afraid for his life.
Totally unfair. Hell, a blind man could have saw this. It should have been first-degree murder.
And we have never got what we supposed to have, which is a jury of your peers. Whenever go to court, you're supposed to have a jury of your peers, which means you're supposed to have people in there that look like you. The white supremacists always make sure that the odds are against us. And even sometimes if they're in our favor, they always have one little plan or trick to jeopardize everything that we had thought. The way it should have went, it never goes.
Sante, you referred to Sonya as the sister. I know that was your cousin, but how are you feeling right now?
I'm devastated. Sonya's daughter, Summer, she became inconsolable. I have to watch my mother, my aunt Donna. They're devastated, and I'm devastated for them. I just think that
I don't know if y'all saw my last video or y'all watched this on the news. This guy, reminds me of all the big uncles, the big brothers who can't do nothing about what is going on as far as white supremacy. White supremacy is a team sport. It's not all white people, but it's the ones who participate. It's the ones who get involved with whatever. It could be one of your friends at work. Now, it'd be your friend at work all day long, but when he comes to the jury box, that's when his participation begins. So he may be your friend up until he get into that jury box and he changed. Then you be like, damn, I've been knowing this dude a long time. I never thought he would do that. Test your white supremacists. Do they think black people deserve reparations? And if they ever had a vote, would they vote for you? Ask your white friends there and see what happens. That's your testing ground.
To the grace. You all obviously made eye contact at times.
What would you say to a family whose relative murdered your family, killed one of your family members? What would you say? Now watch what this black lady said. The sister that's sitting up.
What's your message to them?
I feel sorry for them. The mother came over and apologized, and she said, we did not raise him that way for your family.
What? You feel sorry for them? You feel sorry for them. Now, this is for black people. We got to stop show sympathy for white people, for a suspected white supremacist. That's what I'm gonna call him. And she said we didn't raise him to do that. Do you believe her? That dude went to 6 police departments, got terminated from all of them. He skipped right over to that one where he was able to get next to his victim and take one out. And she's saying she felt sorry for him. The black people, we got to do what they do. They don't have no remorse when they kill us. As Foundation Black Americans, we have to do and treat them the way they treat us. You can't be showing no sympathy. When white supremacy do what they do, they don't have no sympathy. You do not have sympathy for people who just murdered your relative. I feel sorry for him. You said, we didn't raise it. Well, that kid, that child murdered somebody in cold blood. Or whether y'all raised him or not like that, I wasn't there. But I have no sympathy. We got to stop this. I'm surprised she didn't say forgive.
My heart goes out to them. We lost SONYA, but they lost a son. And what he did for SONYA, he has to pay. And they realize that.
You're saying Grayson's mother came up to you during the trial?
During the trial, and apologized not only to me, but to the entire family, especially SONYA's mother.
Wow. What was that like? That's not something I would imagine, were expecting.
We did not expect it, but we had been with this family on the other side, looking at us for months after months after months. Mm-hmm. And they would mumble, I'm so sorry. But to actually come over and
why is this story important? Why is that important? That shouldn't even be part of the interview. This is shifting blame to me. You shouldn't even address nothing like this. This is about SONYA Massey family. This is how SONYA Massey feels. This is how they're feeling. Why did she ask about the other family? How they feel about the other family? Be discussed until after this dude is sentenced, whatever amount of sentencing he get. But right now, it shouldn't even be asked. It shouldn't be no type of sympathy in for the other family.
Touch us and tell us that they were sorry. There was one point that we didn't think we were going to can come in on our list because they didn't have anybody over there. But because she felt sorry for the family and they wanted to offer some types of condolences.
Knowing how divided this case has been for so many people, is there anything to be gained?
Just the fact that they're human as well. And we raise our children, but we don't know how they're going to turn out.
Sometimes it's just best to keep your mouth shut. Sometimes it's really just SONYA Massey. It's not about the other family's remorse or forgiveness or any type of sympathy. This is no time for that. Only sympathy should be for SONYA, who's not even getting a fair, just trial. They just threw something on the wall and it's still Black Americans. We can't do nothing about it. That's white supremacy. When they make the call, we can't do nothing about it. That's white supremacy. That's domination. When you
And this is the worst case example of how a child can turn out. A monster is what he is.
I have to speak with Summer and Malachi, Sonya's children, and I have to explain to them that, you know, there are hiccups in the justice system, but what we need to do, and what we in particular aim to do, is deconstruct what we can deconstruct, and the new.
Because something in between first-degree murder and second-degree murder that you feel may have felt a little bit more weighted, a little bit more fair, and possibly easier for a jury to discern the facts of a case. And I'll let you speak on that, but you talked about it at the news conference.
I think that because Illinois has been the leader, that many counties them so that they can get a job in the next police department and the next police department. I think that he had 2 DWIs. Here's a man who's never over any citizen in this United States.
He said the man had a bad and was still able to become an officer in 6 different counties or state or cities. That's white supremacy. See, when they convict them, they don't get the full effect like we do as Foundation Black America, man. When we commit a crime, we get the sentence. We get max. When they commit a crime, they try to find all the layers. They try to pull back all the layers so they can get as less time as possible. When we commit a crime, they throw the book at us. When they commit a crime, they just turn one page.
And he did exactly what he said he would do. He told my child he would shoot her in the effing face. Some middle between first degree. I think this was compromised verdict. People are saying, well, got something, but we didn't get complete justice, and until justice for people in the United States.
The defense said.
So there is a bill called SONYA MASSEY, and it's supposed to keep cops from going from police department to police department. Like I say, instead of firing officers when they screw up, they let them resign. Which, you know, when I worked for the state, they let us resign before, you know, they allow you to resign before they fire you. That way, you want bad record. So we're gonna try to keep it pumping before it just completely goes in this.
SONYA escalated the situation. Boiling water she had was a threat and justified Grayson's actions. As her father, what was that like for you, listening to someone say that your daughter escalated the situation?
I think the defense here did a job in muddying up the waters. And they threw enough lies and supposed made up reasonable doubt. They threw things against the wall to see if they would stick. And I think that caused enough of some consternation in that jury room that they settled on this compromise verdict. But we don't feel that we got justice here. You know, I said that we're in the home of Richard Pryor. And Richard Pryor said years ago that when we go into the courts, how fitting is it that we're in Peoria?
What is your overall message to people, to some?
Justice, it felt like it was just us in that courtroom. When the verdict was read, again, I was devastated. I was so disappointed. Sonya's daughter grabbed me and just started shaking and said, "What does that mean? What does that mean?" And I said, "Baby girl, we'll talk about it later." Because people called me on the phone and said, "Congratulations." And I said, "Congratulations for what?" You're going to be suffering even more because justice was not served. And we want full and fight even harder to change the law.
All over the world are hurt. I know where I live in Pine Bluff, Arkansas. I felt like Sonya was all of our child. As I walk through my city and my hometown and my county, they're in the room. Nobody knows how to bring it up and how to talk to me about it.
I have a bias, you know. Sonya was my little sister. I've heard people say, you know, Sean Grayson did what was right. And I hear a lot of people say, justice for Sonya. I think that it's a tale of two different mindsets. Some people see Sonya as having a mental health issue. What I saw from the videos, she was very afraid. That's two different interpretations, so we need to meet in the middle. It has encouraged me to want to fight more. I think that we need to change the law in every county of every state in these United States. I don't care if I have to become a congressman, a senator, a mayor, a governor. I'm going to fight for the rest of my life.
Race played the biggest part. Race always play a part in everything we do, every activity we do. Whether we're going into work, whether we're at war, whether we're getting ready to have a relationship, whether we're crossing the street, you know, whether we, you know, no matter what we do as Black people, I mean, wherever we go, racism plays a part in whatever harm happened to us. because we are the only group, the Foundation Black America, is the only person who has never been given reparations in this whole entire world. And we deserve it more than anybody. We built this country. There was nothing here until we got here and started building. Nothing here. All over the world, they act like us. You go into any part of the world, you'll see them walking, dressing, looking, moving like us. The Foundation Black Americans. We deserve protection in the United States. We need an anti-Black hate crime bill. Just for us. And we need our cash reparation. Black people, this is all we gotta say. If I could have my wish, everybody would be on this YouTube channel saying everything at one time. This is what we need, two things. An anti-Black hate crime bill and cash reparation. This should be the agenda of every Black person on the planet. Let me make this clear. It should be the agenda of every Foundation Black America. Every FBA should be asking for two things from their elected officials. Anti-Black hate crime bill and cash reparation. Because we have no deal. We have nothing to do with y'all. 8 men, 4 women, and 1 Black guy. For her trial. So there was 8 possibly white men, 4 white women, possibly, but there was only 1 Black. The judge, this white guy. So he had members of his peer. He had people in there for him. But for her, no. And be honest, we lucky.
Wow. I think it was the deciding factor. They said a jury of your peers. Whose peers? They weren't Sonya's peers. Grayson's peers, maybe? I think it played a lot.
Could give me your last thoughts or anything that you want people to know as your family continues to heal.
You know, I continue to think that sometimes I've cried my last tear. In those days when it's hard for me and Sonya's sisters too, and Sonya's aunts and cousins and so many people, it's like throwing a rock in a pond, Jerica. It goes out and it keeps going. We're equal suited and going through this kind of hurt. I never thought it would happen to me. I think gave me a purpose to keep living, to keep fighting for the kind of change that's necessary in our country, so that there truly will be one day equality.
Thank you guys so much for your time.
Thank you.
So there you have it. Another tale of a Black family being railroaded by white supremacy. It never fails. Yeah, we're gonna have to rethink what we do every day as far as voting. I'm telling you, the Democrats are against us. We know the Republicans are against us. So we're gonna have to negotiate. We're gonna have to use our power. Voting, just throwing your vote, giving your vote is not exercising. You're not. If you want to exercise, go to a gym. That's according to one of the great speakers. Right now, I can't remember his name. But if you want to exercise your vote, go exercise. But when you vote, you hold. This is your power. When you give them your power and they take it, like the Democrats. Remember when Biden begged us, "Hey, give me your vote. I got your back, black people." Remember that? This was the same something. It started at 1990. I want to say 96 crime bill or 94. It was one of them. It's the same subject. Got millions of black people. See, the state got money to give black people maximum sentences when they did catch them. They got paid to arrest us, put us in jail, and give us the maximum sentence. That was the crime bill. When them dudes was getting caught up on crack, when families was getting addicted to crack, instead of getting them to the hospital like they do the kids now, in this the white kid that's hooked on opioids and heroin, they get them some help. They don't maximize their sentences. But when we was having addiction problems with crack, they gave us maximum sentences. Children didn't get to see their parents, whoever were caught up in that, for years. They devastated the black family. This was all on purpose. They flooded our hood with crack. That was the death sentence for black people. That was the way they were trying to get rid of us. Then they come back with COVID. You see, now their kids is on the heroin. If you go to like Portland, Oregon, and Seattle, you'll see all the white people on that shit. And it's worse than that. Kirky, they on that shit heavy. But they tried to kill us with crack and gave us maximum sentences. We was addicted and was getting time. White supremacy. So when they can get a win on us, when they can break us, when they can dominate us, they do it. And it ain't no time to be giving sympathy. This is Frank, Everything Black. Thank y'all for joining. Come back. I'm back. Y'all have a good night.